Mm-hmm.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea, and welcome to the big match build-up show for Eintracht Frankfurt versus Chelsea in the first leg of the semi-final of the Europa League, obviously tomorrow. I hope you're all doing well. Me and Scott here. We thought we'd do this live today, change it up a little bit, because I think this is kind of stuff which could be done live.
Yeah,
and,
especially because there's not all that much to talk about in the main sense, and plus it's kind of nice in terms of the stuff we want to talk about to get your guys' opinion as and when we talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, as usual, we will be taking this, we will be cutting it up, and then off the back of that, we're going to be obviously doing it into the small segments, which you guys seem to enjoy. As of next season, soon as stuff is kind of moving, these shows will be available as a podcast, as will Sad Bastards Corner, which will be coming back, as will Big Match Reviews, because we are going to bring the Cypher review back as well. And what else? I'm going to have an actual podcast as well,
yes.
aren't we? So I'm going to have 4 things and 4 platforms. We're really excited to announce that and obviously do all of that as well. But getting straight into it, Mr. Page, we've got our notes up here. Let's touch on the previous game as we normally do. Obviously, Manchester United won, Chelsea won in the Premier League. Jump straight across.
Yeah, so comments.
There we go.
I've put key moments in the notes, but were there any key moments? Apart from the De Gea mistake, obviously.
No, but that is something which is worth talking about.
Yeah.
Why is David De Gea so shite?
I think I saw someone talking about this. I can't remember who it was. It was Troops, where he said for a period of about. So what's he been in the Premier League for a period of about 8 years, 9 years,
7 years,
something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
All of those, apart from about 2 years. So this year and the first year, that's a consistent, say, 5-year period where he's been.
What is that noise? Oh, wow, okay. Oh, it's Mike Bassett, England manager, from one of the edits we were doing.
Nice.
I don't know why that started playing, because we did pause it. Shut up. Shut up! There you go, thank you. Sorry. For fuck's sake.
Professionalism.
There we go.
Anyway, as I was saying, that's a period of, say, 5 years where he's been at the very top, and I think it's just a blip. I know you could say it's a whole season, it's not really a blip, but at the same time,
yeah,
I don't think it's quite as serious as some people are making out. Because I don't think it's like, he's got his heart set on somewhere else. I don't necessarily think it's that. I think it's just he's having a bit of a poor season.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he's not exactly I wouldn't even put it past poor season. I just think he's starting to slow down now. I think he's kind of had enough of just Man United.
I can see that
I think that's what it is.
To a point. But I don't know, because for me at this point, my only thing is where's he going to go? Because Real Madrid for the most part, they don't need a keeper. For me, Navas is a perfectly good number one, and all they really need is a backup. And for me, Luke Hernandez is a good enough backup to have.
Luke Hernandez,
not Luke Hernandez, Lucas Zidane. That's what I meant. Yeah. I do apologise.
That's 1-0 Barca as well. Go on, that's some of that.
But apart from that, Bayern Munich have got Neuer, so he's not going to go there. Atletico Madrid have got Oblak, who for me is the best.
Retiring.
He has said that's nonsense.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Atletico Madrid have got the best keeper, for me, the best keeper in the world right now, so they don't need him. PSG, I know there's talk of Buffon possibly retiring, but I think he'll give at least one more season. So where's he going to go that are going to want him? Juve, if Szczesny's a good enough keeper for Juve at the minute, maybe they could push up a step and go from someone who's on the cusp of world class, you could say at the minute, to someone who is world class.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a meh.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, it's kind of a case of don't worry, we'll be talking about the UCL game as the time goes on, but we can't keep it together because we like having a YouTube channel.
Yes.
I think that's basically one way of saying it. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens with David De Gea as his career progresses. Maybe he will, he just needs a break. I personally think he's been going downhill since the World Cup.
I think he's had moments this year. So I think World Cup he was poor. Then at the start of the season he'd sorted it out, it looked like, and it's been about halfway through in the season he's just dipped quite a lot.
Yeah. Someone's asking why we're going live now when the game's on, because we just want to go live now, basically. Why not? We can talk about it later. But Yeah, I mean, that's all we're really to touch on with that game. Then we'll move swiftly on into other talking points.
One other talking point, I think, we've touched on it before, and I think it's a wider point, is that the quality of refereeing is poor in England. I haven't seen the two incidents, the Rojo challenge on Willian and the other one. What was the other one? Someone said there was another red card. I can't remember who it was for. Was it Matic?
Matic.
I don't watch that one, but I think it kind of, a lot of people have said this, but I think a lot of people have said this, but you just look at, there were no English coaches in the, English referees, in the World Cup, and I think that's kind of why.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was also apparently just because Mark Clattenburg decided to retire that there weren't any English coaches, referees. But
I think you should have them backups in. So in that case, you say so Mark Clattenburg's the best, but who's the second best? Say, for example, apparently Martin Atkinson is meant to be the top referee in England. Right, he's on backup in case something like that happens, or in case Clattenburg can't do it. Yeah. Then you have a backup. If we didn't do that, then that's the FA being stupid. But.
Yeah, I mean, as there is that. But I mean, refereeing is something we mind about all the time. Let's move on into the other notes from what we've got to talk about today. Bakayoko versus Lazio. There was an incident, obviously, in the league game where they basically held up Acerbi's shirt.
Yes.
As a trophy, because he'd done something similar or something when they played AC Milan before. Bakayoko and Frank Kessié held it up and basically went, haha, we won. Which is all it was, and then a load of Italians kicked off.
Yeah, a load of Lazio fans.
Well, not just Lazio fans.
I knew most Lazio fans, but I knew there was a few others, but I wasn't entirely sure.
People just kicked off for no fucking reason.
They came out and apologised, which is fair play to them, whether it was bad or not.
But then obviously you've got the news from what you read up on from La Repubblica.
So in the Coppa Italia semi-final, I'm not entirely sure when it was, but it was recently. Milan played Lazio, and before the game, Lazio fans were chanting racist songs about Bakayoko. Then during the game, they were doing the same, and after the game, and also during the game, they snuck
inflatable bananas.
Yes, into the ground to throw at him, and he's since come out and said that because of that, he has no desire to ever play in the Serie A again. He is going to reject any offers he gets from Milan, whatever they are, no matter what they are. He wants to return to Chelsea because he refuses to go and play in the Serie A after that. After the racist abuse he has suffered.
To him. I don't blame him. Will he get into this Chelsea team though? No.
I could see him being a backup for Kante. That's about it.
Does he want to be a backup?
Depends. I honestly think it depends. It would depend. Like, so, for example, if it's the choice between that and, say, playing for a random threat, say, I don't know, Saint-Etienne, for argument's sake, in the French League, not really doing a lot, not got really a hope of getting to Europa League or Champions League, not get any chance of really winning it. It's kind of, do you want to play for a team that's not going to go anywhere, or play for a team that's got a chance of winning stuff but you'll be on the bench?
Yeah.
It's like, you could say that about similar players. You could say that about Sven Ulreich, who's the backup goalkeeper for Bayern. Why did he go there? And just to be, because he knew he was going to be a backup to Neuer, but he left Stuttgart because he thought it would be better for his career and better to go and play for a better team.
That's fair enough, and he's probably learned a lot at the same time while he's been there. But I could see, I mean, spitballing, as soon as you mentioned the French League, offer him as part of the deal for Nicolas Pepe, maybe.
Could do. Or, because I know there's another little player we're interested in, Thiago Mendes, trying to do a straight swap. He's a central midfielder, CDM.
That Thiago Mahia guy?
No, Mendes. There's two. There's Thiago Mahia and Thiago Mendes. Apparently we're linked with him and he's worth like 26 million. He could try and do a straight swap. I think he's like young 20s. Okay.
Well, I mean, we'll be interested to see what happens with that and how that develops. But I mean, obviously, leave your thoughts on the Bakayoko incident in the comment section as well. One guy here saying that apparently Bakayoko arrived 1 hour late for training today.
I'm not blaming
at all. Obviously, if you want to ask us any questions, I
said there is one question I've noticed that I want to touch on later on, though. I'll keep it in mind.
I mean, if you guys want to ask any questions, obviously, we are going to be pushing, for example, super chats to the furore. So if you really want to get it answered, put it in a super chat, and we will answer that pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of a case of with Bakayoko, leave your thoughts as well, and we can address that later.
Unfortunately, though, to interrupt, and a little bit of a segue, it's not the only racist incident we've heard of in the past day or so.
Oh no, that's true. That's Liverpool fans being embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say I was fucking Liverpool fan.
I was going to say that's one thing I want to say is that
every club has idiots.
I don't want it to seem like point scoring because it's not. I think Jordan brought this up in a previous talk. It's not point scoring, and it's not me tarring every Liverpool fan with this racism brush as they seem to do with us. But it's some idiots, a few stupid idiots, being what they are. When they've got the opportunity to go to one of the greatest footballing places in the world, and they act like that. But yeah, they act like that, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's the fact that, so if you haven't seen it already, there's a
video.
Yeah, there's a video going around Twitter. There's an old Asian guy.
Yep.
Who's walking around the square, where all of English football fans, and or if you're a foreign football fan, you get sent to the square just off Las Ramblas. And there's a fountain in the middle. And he was looking for someone. Like, he was an old guy, so he stood on the fountain.
Yeah, I say in the video he looks about 60s, maybe early 70s.
Yeah, and they would push him into the
fountain.
In the fountain.
And begin laughing at him.
Yeah.
At least the person who recorded it is laughing. And then I believe afterwards there were chants of Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
And I don't know what more could be said. Like...
I mean,
as people said on Twitter, it is a societal issue at this point. It's not necessarily a footballing issue. It is a footballing issue, but it's bigger than football.
The UK is it's closet racism. It is. That's all our country is. Yeah, and I think it's kind of been more apparent since the Brexit debate. So it's been people, to be honest, through social media, people have been given more of a platform. Tommy Robertson being a prime example. You look at other people like Kate Hopkins as well. You know, all these dickheads, not Nick Griffin as well, who have been given these platforms since Twitter and other stuff that's been developed now. Rebel Media, we're the voice of the people, all that blah blah blah. You know, people that say they're the voice of the people usually aren't, and it's kind of a case of that. You know, these guys are allowed to have that opportunity, and to be honest, look. As a nation, I'm not proud of it at all. I never am. There's always issues with Brits abroad, not just when they're on when they're on a trip. I mean, you take so who was it? I think it was in Tenerife. UFC fighter. Who was it? Fuck. I forgot his name, and I love him, and I forgot what his fucking name was. Scouts guy. Shit. It's gone out. It's gone out.
Is it what the silverback?
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Darren
Till. Thank you very much. I completely forgot. I can't believe I forgot that. Darren Till stole a cab while he was on holiday, and they literally released him because, like, yeah, it just happens all the time. Just get out. You know, it's kind of a case of that he, you know, Brits abroad, Brits in general, we just seem to have this.
Us and alcohol don't mix, basically.
Yeah, we're lightweights. I think that's the polite way to say it, to be honest. But, you know, the nature of it is that, look, it's embarrassing. It's something that needs to be sorted. It puts football in a little bubble. I
was going to say, the most annoying thing about it is, say, I don't know, but I'd say to Liverpool fans, say Liverpool end up winning this game, I don't know, 3-1.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily what will be looked at about this game.
Well, no, it will be because the press hasn't touched on this.
Oh, yeah, no. No, they have. They have.
It's
a headline on Sky News.
So it only took them 24 hours.
But it's not even that. So say they do report and they report on the racism. That'll be one of the major stories coming out of it, and it shouldn't be. It should be focused on the football and if they win 3-1, what a great job they will have done.
Well, I mean, there was one Liverpool Echo reporter who literally put out a minute video, and it was a waste of a minute because she basically went, Liverpool fans have been moved out of the square, the police have overran it.
Have cordoned off the square.
Yeah, they're not allowing them back in now, and you kind of go, I wonder why that's the case. You know, no idea why that could have happened at all, but hey, you know, shit happens, doesn't it? It's stupid. And look, to be honest, in terms of football, listen, if you're watching the game now, just enjoy it. Crack on. We've got the scores coming up on the thing. If anything happens, we're really not too bothered because that's not our prerogative at the minute. Because now we can get into it. The Premier European competition.
Actually, no. There's the question I noticed I want to touch on quickly. someone asked, I'm going to find, Dries Scott asked, did you hear the Ajax coach say that he wants to play his team he wants his team to play like Sarri's Napoli?
Yeah.
I know that Ten Hag has been very complimentary about Sarri. However, if you haven't, find clips and go and look at how Ajax played yesterday and how they played in general. Because what they play is actually incredible. And it's... I know we haven't got the players at Chelsea, but it's so far off. They play a 2... So when they're in attack, or when they're pressing, they play a 2-3-5.
Wow.
So they have
Blind
and De Ligt at centre-back.
So you got Onana... what's his name?
So,
that's his name, Onana.
Yeah.
Then you go...
Blind and De Ligt.
Yep.
Then you have... So say it's going down the left-hand side. You'd have Veltman, Schürrle and... Veltman, De Jong in the middle, key, and Schürrle. Then you'd have Tagliafico... I've forgotten it. Tagliafico, Neres, Tadic, Ziyech, and Van der Beek as the 5. Same as going down the right side. It's the exact same. Apart from it's Veltman where the Van der Beek is, and Van der Beek moves over to the left hand side. So Van der Beek is on either side of the box. So he's the furthest person left or right, depending on what side they're going.
Yeah, I mean, so the biggest thing though with this compliment, which everyone's going, look. Yeah, Ajax have the structure. We don't. Let's. It's not just going to be give Sarri time. It's a case of everyone has to pull their weight, and that's the biggest issue. If everyone was pulling their weight, I would be like, let's just give it time. There's all this type of stuff, and like I said, I'm not Sarri out, but there's no structure in place, so we're never going to see what this style of football is.
No,
you won't. And if we do, fucking brilliant, but it's incredibly unlikely.
Plus, the curse touch on, we don't have the players, unfortunately. So if you were to look, if we played the same way. Having our best centre-back partnership, you'd probably say in that system, if we were playing the same way, is Rudiger and David Luiz as 2 centre-backs. I wouldn't feel confident leaving both of them those 2 back. If someone was to break, a team was to break on us. Because David Luiz is rash, and Rudiger is our best centre-back, but at the same time, he's not but he's not quite at being top quality, like world-class, and so he's probably going to get beaten a few times.
Yeah.
And then even in the midfield, Jorginho, he would do the De Jong job to a certain extent. Isn't as defensively good. But then next to him, if you have Barkley, he's not going to do the same job as Schürrle. Schürrle's got years in terms of experience, in terms of the way he plays is a lot different. He can
actually manipulate the game as
well
and see what's going on.
And
Barkley's
then Dave, I wouldn't feel comfortable either going as the attacking fullback if it was on the right-hand side, or as the midfielder if it was going up to the left-hand side. So it's just we haven't got the players, unfortunately, in many areas of the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is, unfortunately. But, I mean, we'll move
also, last question on Ajax. Van der Beek or De Jong? I'd take De Jong.
De Jong, yeah, it's easy. If you guys want to ask us any questions which you want to get answered, please send them as super chats so we can actually see them, because there's a lot of questions coming in now. And we need to be able to address that. But, look, like we said, Liverpool-Barcelona's on right now. We don't give a shit, because the Premier European competition is Frankfurt versus Chelsea tomorrow. Very happy days. Simon King, big up. Thanks, bro. What a hero. Obviously, the biggest thing as well is, as Simon has shown here, thank you for sending us £5, by the way, mate. That's actually quite a lot. I really appreciate that, because I don't normally get that much. It does help out the channel quite a lot.
That's mad. The last one, Chelsea fan from Kenya. That's quite mad.
What? Oh, that's mad. That's mad. Jesus. But, hey, listen, appreciate all the love, guys. But look, I think the biggest thing as well is if you send them a super chat, one will answer them straight away, so that's a benefit for you. But for us, the money that you send us, it means that we can reinvest it back into the channel. We can get better equipment. We can put towards our match tickets. We can basically make ourselves better for you. So what you're doing would really help us out. And, I mean, we are considering doing a Patreon. That's one thing that we're thinking about. So, but you need to tell us what type of content you want to see on the Patreon, because we've got no idea what we want to do at the minute. Or if it would just be set up to basically help us out, we'd appreciate your support to basically help us out. Oh my God, there's someone from Zambia. What the fuck? What's good? Canada. No, yeah, tell you what, put where you're from. I want to know where you're watching this from. But yeah, the Frankfurt preview. Haller and Rebic are both out for Frankfurt.
Not Jovic, unfortunately. Well, I say you don't want to see injuries, but yeah, it looks slightly more favourable, because you can't really put everything on one person for the most part, unless that person is Messi or Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so makes me slightly more confident.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, I've seen something. Russia, Bangladesh, Leicester. Listen, actually, speaking of Leicester, sorry, the opportunity to plug. Can I plug?
Yes.
Am I allowed to plug? Thank you.
Plug.
So, if you want to see me play football and basically get out of breath, if you're in Leicester or you fancy it, on the 19th of May, there are tickets available to see me play in the Blood Brothers All-Stars team. So you've got me, Flex, Troops, DT, like Robbie's managing, all that type of stuff. The UFF team, basically. Playing against SE Dons, the F2 and Leicester City Old Boys in a competition to basically win a trophy.
Yeah.
And I'm in the squad. So if you want to come see it, it's Leicester City Stadium, Sunday the 19th of May. It is called the Battle Royale UK. So yeah, is it live streamed? I have no idea. I'll have to tell you. But other than that, we'll move on. That's my plug. Sorted.
Yes.
So, oh my God. So you got a guy who's Turkish from Norway, Somalia, Guildford, Wales,
Guildford.
Sweden, Leicester. This is amazing.
Nice. But yeah, back to the preview. The only negative, though, unfortunately, talking about injuries is whatnot, we've only got 19 players in the squad.
Okay, go on. Can you go through the squad?
Oh, Christ.
Have you not written this down?
No, I had it on my phone.
Fuck's sake, Scott! This was the whole point of the script.
I think I can remember it. Kepa.
No. Get it up, idiot.
I think I could remember it.
Tits. I mean, no, don't turn the.
What?
Don't turn the screen because otherwise now it's going to be a nightmare.
Get your phone then.
I'm getting my phone. I've got people calling me because I'm popular. Hey!
Do you want to get it up then?
You should be asking me that. Where is it? Where can I find it? You the one who wrote the script.
The fifth stand.
I don't have that app.
That's a shame.
I don't have that app because they tried to shut down Breed Chelsea because don't really support people who basically try and see their fans as opposition. You can get good news on I'm from Chelsea, Nini FC, Breed Chelsea, Talk Chelsea. You can get good news on Uber Chelsea FC on Twitter. But hey, we know we're enemies of the club.
The biggest news though from that 19 is that we only have 2 centre backs in the whole squad. There is no Cahill and no Ampadu. Ampadu, I think, is injured. Someone mentioned before, I think, but Cahill's just not been included.
Which I don't understand.
I don't know why. And then, yeah, we've got 19, which I was saying to Louis, I do feel a bit sorry for one player. I know who it's going to be, but one player in that team doesn't
get on the squad.
Get in the squad.
It'll be Cummings.
Yeah, they will.
We took 3 keepers. Why the fuck would you take 3 keepers?
In case one gets injured. But I worry with only 2 centre backs, especially if something could happen. There could be injury, there could be illness, there could be anything, and I just worry having only 2 centre backs. We've technically got 3 if you want to include Dave in that, but I don't know whether he. Thank you. Someone's put it in the chat.
Brilliant. There you go.
I don't know.
So someone's done your job for you, which you should have written down earlier. Go on.
Go on,
do you want to say what the squad is, you dickhead?
I can read it, but it's Kepa.
No. Go on. Say what the squad is. This is a learning. No, because I'm having a go at you. This is a learning curve for you. Okay. I've been doing this for a while now, and I would have written it down in the script. The fact I would have put everything here. If you notice, and you go back to previous scripts that I've written, everything. Wait. No, I can't find it. Wait. When I do my transfer show scripts, look, that's my script for one transfer show. That is like 500, 600 words.
Cool.
Learn. Now say the thing. Idiot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Canal, for putting it in, by the way. Scott's a fucking...
Kepa, Caballero, Cumming, Christensen,
Sorry.
Dave, David Luiz, Alonso, Emerson, Zappacosta, Jorginho, Kante, Barkley, Kovacic, Loftus-Cheek, Hazard, Pedro, Willian, Giroud and Higuain. Mm-hmm. Pretty standard, but as I said, no Cahill, and then obviously Hudson-Odoi's injured, Rudiger's injured, and Ampadu's injured. But yeah, it's just...
Yay!
Imagine if one of the defenders gets injured, one of our centre backs. Imagine if David Luiz got injured.
I think Dave would move into centre half. He'd have to.
That's what I'm thinking, but
I don't think that's the end of the world for 2 goals.
It's not the end of the world. It would just be annoying. Plus, imagine having Dave and Christensen against Troy Deeney or Vardy.
I think that'd be alright.
Yeah, but Christensen doesn't work with big centre backs. Big strikers.
I mean, yeah, but I think David would be alright. But I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with that. But that's the squad that's gone. Obviously, in terms of reports from Frankfurt, I've already mentioned that their top goal scorer and their second top goal scorer and their third top goal scorer are both out. Rebic and Haller being so key to their system. Luka Jovic, obviously,
is still available, which is annoying. But as I said, it's if you're putting all your, it's like what we do with Hazard. You're putting all your confidence in him. Yeah. It stands to reason we're going to focus more on him, and then they've got to find goals from elsewhere, which they can do. But it's...
yeah, and this thing, I feel like the fact that Haller and Rebic are both injured gives us a bit of breathing space because. Yeah. That was something that worried me a lot going into this game, that these two are going to cause us massive issues in Jovic and Haller, and then Rebic was always going to be someone that was going to help them deal with that. Mm-hmm. And that was something which I thought I wasn't too keen on, and that kind of disappointed me. But I mean, we'll move on from that. How long have we been going now?
I don't
know. 25 minutes, fucking hell, it's been going a while. I mean, anything else you want to touch on at all? In terms of people, can't really say anything else. Because this is the thing, we can't really say anything because we don't know what the fuck to talk about.
Yeah, no. It's not like we can touch on Arsenal because they play the same, I think it's the same, not the same time, but I think it's the same day. Mm. We can't, I don't really want to debate on the Europa League final because I think everyone's kind of saying the same thing. It's been an all-English final.
Yeah, but we need to get there first.
Exactly. And I don't want to touch on that until the second leg because that's when you can touch on it. Yeah. So the only other thing we need to talk about is the line-up and score and whatnot, and to answer any questions that you have. There's a few I've been seeing going around.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot on Higuain, actually. He might be something to touch on. I've seen a lot on Higuain.
Higuain wants to talk about, but I think do you know one thing I do want to talk about? I want to talk about on a serious question here. Would you rather win the Europa League and get European football or Champions League, or would you rather win win the top four race, get more money and just go straight into Champions League?
I'd rather get in top four because it's a tough one. I think I'd rather top four only because there's a few things that come with it. Number one is money, as you said, but we may not be able to spend it anyway. Yeah. Number two, it's not big in terms of thing, but it's more of a kind of a little thing. Is bragging rights. Yeah. Over two other clubs, or three if you finish third, but we won't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it is really close just because it means the exact same thing. Yeah. And yeah. I don't really know.
People are saying, it's a trophy and it's good for Sarri, but I support Chelsea Football Club. Yeah. Not Sarri, if you know what I mean. He's our manager, so we back him. But for me, it's kind of a case of look. The priority for me is if we, as it stands, so I don't know if we do or we don't. As it stands for me, it looks like we do have a transfer ban. We're trying to overturn it, but it's still in place. So, but it's so confusing. I don't know.
It's more that we haven't heard anything. Like this is down to FIFA not saying anything.
Yeah, we were supposed to hear about it
a month ago. Yeah, nearly exactly a month ago. In 10 days, it would have been a month ago.
So not nearly a month ago.
It was close. It's about just little over a week away. It's not exactly, it was last week.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, for us, I'd rather get the top. That's my opinion anyway. But I mean,
I can understand why people are saying Europa League because it is a trophy at the end of the day, and it goes in the trophy cabinet, so to speak. But yeah, honestly, apart from the money, which we can't spend anyway, it near us makes no difference. Yeah, genuinely,
it doesn't make any difference. It's just the money, and I take that as a priority, considering people are saying this squad needs a rebuild. We want a rebuild. If you want a rebuild, you've got to have money to do it. Chelsea trying to be self-sufficient. Yeah. There's your answer. Look, winning the Europa League, yeah, it'd be grand. It'd be great to be able to say we've won a trophy. But at the end of the day, I'd rather say, look, we got to the Europa League final, we finished top four, Carabao Cup final. Now we can progress and move forward from here. And to progress and move forward, you need to be able to really have the revenue to do so. But I mean, leave your thoughts on that down in the comment section below. Predicted lineup: Kepa.
Yes.
Christensen, Luiz,
So that's as nailed on as we can get. Those three.
Alonso or Emerson.
But Emerson, because Alonso played the other day.
Emerson.
Oh no, actually no. I want Alonso to start. Like he had a great game. Don't get me wrong, but the way United set up favoured him in a way because they played really narrow.
Yeah.
And the only time that they didn't play narrow, he had Sanchez against him. And I'm sorry, like you weren't there. Jordan can attest this. I genuinely had to sit down because I was laughing too much when Sanchez came on. I was like, and he was like, "Don't do this. Don't use the score." I was like, "He's not going to score because it's Sanchez." And he didn't. But going against Watford, it's a much different test. You got Delafeu down that right hand side. It's a much different test.
Same goes for playing Leicester as well.
Exactly.
Mark Albrighton. He's had a very good season, to be honest.
Or it won't be Albrighton. It'll be.
You sure?
I don't think so.
You got Albrighton, Demarai
I think
Gray,
he'll be on the
Gazal.
left. It might be Maddison.
Could be Maddison, but I mean, look, there's lots of options down that right hand side. Obviously, yeah, it'll be interesting. I think he'll start Emerson.
I think he probably will, but I'd like Alonso to play.
Yeah. Or he'll start Emerson. I agree. I'd start Alonso, but I mean, if we go what we think will happen, Kepa, Luiz, Christensen, Emerson,
Dave probably.
Which he shouldn't be playing. It should be Zappa Costa.
I don't know. At this point, I'd go with your strongest team, honestly, and then in the reverse, in the home game, I'd go Zappa Costa because I don't know. I can't remember who their left wing back is for Frankfurt, which is really annoying of me. I know, but
Kostic.
Yes, it is. I'd prefer to go full.
Yeah, but I mean, look, that's fuck it, fine, we'll go with that. We'll go Zappa Costa, Dave at right back.
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. Dave at right back, midfield 3. Okay.
I think
Jorginho will start.
Yeah, Loftus-Cheek, I think, as Kunala said here.
Yeah.
I don't think Kovacic will play.
No.
I think it'll be Barkley.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think it'll be Barkley. And then, to be fair, he's nearly got a spot on him. And then up in terms of front, it'll be Giroud, Willian, or probably it'll be Willian who came off.
Giroud, Willian, and Hazard. I'll take that. I'm happy with that. Obviously, leave thoughts on what you think the line will be down below. Now it is time for a score prediction, Mr. Page. Or do you want to do questions first?
Answer a couple of questions.
We'll answer a couple.
Someone I noticed talking about the Algerian right back, not left back, that we might be signing, Atal from Nice.
I don't know anything about him.
I don't know much about him, apart from I know he was in the Nice team last year that did very good. Apart from that, I don't know anything about him. Apart from that, I don't know anything about him. But he seems to be the type of player that Pepe has said he wants to play with. If he comes, he wants an attacking fullback he can create a good relationship with.
Yeah.
That seems to work.
Okay.
Luke's asked this quite a lot. I kind of want to get your opinion. Biggest joke of the season?
You.
Brilliant. Biggest joke of the season?
You.
That isn't me. Biggest joke that is to do with Chelsea? That isn't me.
Marcus Alonso.
Over Higuain.
Willian. No, Marcus Alonso. He's been crap. Yeah, Scott shavy beard.
I will be doing, hopefully, as long as I can find an electric razor or something.
Basically,
the next couple of days.
Yeah, but it's when you try to ask if you want to borrow my electric razor.
Because I don't have one. I can't find one.
Scott, do you know where that's been?
Yes, I now do know where that's been.
Okay. No, don't borrow your friend's electric razors. Unless it's dire straits.
Kind of almost is at this point.
Yeah, you do look like a fucking shit guy for us.
Thank you very much.
It's fine, no worries, man.
Reece James.
Yeah. No, not ready. Give him another season. I'd have him as part of the squad, but
I'd get rid of Zappa Costa and have him as someone who can then learn off of Dave.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of have almost, I know it's not quite worked out this way, almost a Christensen Terry sort of vibe where he was almost looked at as the person who could replace Terry.
Yeah.
And it could have been like phase out Terry while you bring Christensen in. It hasn't worked out that way, obviously. But he could be that where you start to phase out Dave slowly and bring James in more, and then you kind of almost happen with what happened to Terry. You kind of take him out of the team for the most part and say, you're more here as a dressing room thing. Yeah. And then James becomes our first choice right back.
Yeah. Okay. So I was asking what happened to Jack. Jack basically was focused more on uni. And then he's got other projects which he's doing, so unfortunately you're not going to see a lot of Jack anymore, which is actually a bit gutting. But, he made his decision. It's his life. He can do what he fancies. And to be honest, best of luck to him. But he honestly, he's been so good for the channel. That's one thing I want to say. Jack's been amazing. And, best of luck to him. He lives just down the road. We see Jack a lot, to be honest. Go have a pint with him at some point soon. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Scott, give me a score prediction.
I'm going to go 1-1.
You go 1-0, yeah?
Yeah, I don't feel as though I don't trust our defence entirely. And I think we can get a goal. Probably Hazard doing something special, but yeah.
I mean, they all score. Because Jovic will score.
I don't say think Jovic will score, but I think they will score. They are such an attacking team. I think they can. Yeah. They can break us down.
I'm going to go 2-1.
No us.
Us. Obviously.
Interesting.
Be interesting. If that's the case, look, I might be able to book me flights to Baku, because I still haven't done it yet. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But listen, other than that, guys, listen, make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All social media links are down in the description for Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. It is 8 days until me and you are at the FBAs.
Yes, and it's 5 days to my birthday.
And it's 5 days till Scott turns 21, so wish him a happy birthday as well. But listen, other than that, guys, take care. Ta-ra. Have a lovely evening. Enjoy the football, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Scott, what? Bye-bye. Say bye.
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 Also, thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.